Hello folks, and welcome to another episode of the Bush Baron. Hey, what a scene we have here for you this afternoon. Isn't that gorgeous? Right here, folks, is pretty much what I imagine is heaven on earth for a pilot. Well, at least for this pilot. Have a look, just take in the scene, if you will. We've got a hangar, which would double as a place of residence, just quietly. We've got a dog. There you go, look. A retriever-looking animal. That's like the one in the canoe, isn't it? That's Prince. How are you, mate? You're a long way from home, though. We've got old mate working on I don't know what that is. Is that a generator here? A generator type of device. Seems to be looking for a way in. Or the keys, one of the two. We've got, what do we call her? We'll call her Jenny. Jenny's on the phone. Hasn't she looked resplendent in the blue overalls? Look what she's doing. She's probably on the phone to the local coppers, saying, look, we've got a bloke who's talking to himself. It looks like he's one of those TikTokers. He's making a video. TikTokers, is that what they're called? TikTokers? I generally refer to them as morons, but anyway, we've got a ute out the back. It looks like it's seen better days, but still, if I had a ute, probably would look something like that. We got what looks like a tiger in the shed. Sorry, hangar. Looks like an ice cream cart. There we go. I don't see a bed. What have we got over here? That's interesting. Is that a dunny or something? I think it might be. Either that or it's kind of an isolation chamber. Maybe where Jude resides. Or maybe where I reside to escape from Jude. What have we got on the other side? Can we get around there? Looks like there's another car over here. That looks like it's burnt out. Got an American flag. That might give away where we are, folks. We've got a windsock on top of the hangar, and just in general, that's heaven. Look at that. We're in the hills somewhere, aren't we? We're flying a Baron. So those of you that are new to the channel, or new to this series, and, well, that's all of us, because I've only done one episode of the Bush Baron. This is where I fly this aeroplane, being the Baron, in the bush. That's pretty much it. The Baron's not a bush aeroplane. Not meant to be flown this way, which is precisely why I enjoy it so much. Even monogrammed. B for Baron. And on the other side, B for Bush. Hey? Just work with me, folks. Play along with my stories. It'll make it less painful to watch this video. The Bush Baron. November 415 Lima Whiskey. I love this livery of the Baron. This is, of course, the analog Baron. The normal analog. I love this aeroplane. It has my heart at this moment. I'm doing quite a bit of flying in it, and really enjoying it. So, long-winded introduction, folks, but the scenery at both ends, I did want to call that out in this video, because this is an opportunity for me to express appreciation for our wonderful freeware development community. A couple of examples of some really good quality scenery that's available for you in this part of the world. Speaking of this part of the world, let's have a look at where we are and where we're going. Right, so if you'd guessed that the American flag on the top of the hangar suggests that the old fella might be in the United States, well done, you. We're in the northwestern United States, specifically the beautiful state of Idaho. Up here, wedged between Montana, Wyoming, Oregon, Washington, Nevada and Utah. Bloody hell, that's a lot of borders. We're specifically up in the hills of Idaho. Beautiful flying up here. Just magic stuff. We begin our journey in a place called, I think it's Oro Grande. It might be Oro Grande. I'm not sure. 75 Charlie is the code anyway. Little bush strip up here. Custom freeware. There'll be a description, a link in the description even for that. And also to our destination, which is another bit of custom freeware, which is down here called the Flying Bee Ranch Landing Strip. Flight time in the Barren in about 20 minutes. Not too far at all. 69 nautical miles. 69 nautical miles. Not exactly going to take the straight route. We're going to follow the river, which is the Salmon River. This part of the world. At least we're going to follow it to, we get to this point up here. Essentially the Middle Fork Campground. Middle Fork Campground. Then we're going to hang a righty and follow the Middle Fork Salmon River. All the way overhead Cradle Creek even, campground, Parrot Placer campground, the Vale Falls, Elk Bar campground, Mouth of Big Creek. I love that. Mouth of Big Creek. Literal place names. Oh, I love it. Survey Creek campground. Not sure why I'm having so much trouble speaking English. Past the Rattlesnake Creek campground. Wilson Creek campground, and eventually down into the Flying Bee Ranch landing strip, right on the banks of the river there, the Middle Fork Salmon River. Look at that grass strip, not too long, but long enough for the bush baron. Anyway, folks, there we are, Idaho, United States, Ora Grande or Ora Grande down to Flying Bee Ranch in the Barren. Let's do it. Alright, so engine start has been achieved as I simulate viewing the scene from inside the hang here. Nice place to be, isn't it, eh? Let's have a bit of a scroll across here. What do we got? What's written on the thing? Solomon Air Cargo. Solomon Air Cargo. A long way from the Solomons. Of course, it could be a bloke called Solomon who runs a cargo company out of Ora Grande. I don't know. Can we go outside? Can we go through the beauty of a simulation, folks? Suspend your disbelief as we walk through the wall. And we're out here in amongst the drums. Old mate still at it. How are you, champ? Having trouble, mate? Oh, jeez. Got a whole lot of arse there. G'day, Jen. How are you? Yeah, righto. Old mate, have you thought about looking under a brick or a pot plant or something like that? You're going to be there a while. Yeah. Good on you, Jen. Well, get out of your way, love. Should we jump inside, folks, and go flying? Sorry, flying's almost incidental some days, isn't it? Flight simulation channel. Flying incidental. Yeah, you're not here for any flying bit, are you? Let me do some flying stuff, though. Yeah, I think we're pretty much right to go. We're at decent old field elevation here, 4.4. So we'll take off runway, what looks like runway 01 out here. Yeah, 69 nautical miles. So our flight plan's in there, all the user waypoints you saw earlier. So we've basically got a right-hand turn after departure. But my guess would be, that we're going to probably have to go hang a little bit of a lefty before we take up our track down towards the Salmon River. Got some decent old terrain here. Good challenging stuff. Lovely afternoon here in Idaho as we do this thing. Give it a little bit of juice. We've got flaps set. We might stand on the brakes as we power the beast up. A little bit more power, thanks, champ. There we go. We'll just kind of line ourselves up. Lovely flowers in bloom here, by the looks of it. We'll just kind of line ourselves up, mate. Not too much. This there will do us. Alright, on the brakes. What's our wind doing? Looks like we're going to have a light breeze out of the west. That's okay. Alright, we'll hold the brakes. Bring that power all the way in. Doesn't it sound great, this aeroplane? Here we go. We'll call that power set. Let's go. Will we get airborne before the end of the strip? There's 40 knots. Come on, accelerate, you bastard. Come on. We'll be right. There's 80. Alright, we're going to rotate around about here. We're quite light today. Gear can come up as we do so, and we'll fly the valleys for a little bit. Get rid of those flaps. We'll find a gap in the hills, maybe over here. I've got 4.5 plugged into the altitude display. Or the altitude selector. I don't think 4.5 is going to get us there. We'll just truck down this valley for a little bit. And we'll probably climb a lot better than that. Righto, we'll take up head towards the magenta at this point. I'll have to change views here. That might help us. We might have to get up to 6.5 to give us some clearance from terrain. Get rid of that flight director. It's just going to annoy the shit out of me. We get our prop sync happening as well. There we go. Alright, so the Salmon River should appear in a few miles. We kind of zoom out a little bit. Righto, Salmon River's down there. And kind of head towards user waypoint number 1. 6,500. Let's see if we can do it at 6.5 this trip. Come back on the props a little bit, but I'm trying to run a 23, something like that. What do you reckon? Retrim for that. Handles beautifully, this aeroplane. Lovely to hand fly. Right, settled in the cruise at 7,000 we needed to get us over a hill. That's the Salmon River. Salmon River, Idaho, folks. Please do give me a shout in the comments if you hail from this part of the world or you spend any time here. Absolutely gorgeous. I haven't got here in real life, and I'm not going to get there in real life, but I have committed virtual aviation here over the years, particularly in X-Plane. As I recall, I think this is my first visit in the Microsoft Sim. Certainly hope that it's not my last though. This for me is good fun flying. Look, this aeroplane's probably not flavour of the month anymore. Is it? Probably other aeroplanes which are garnering more attention, but so what? This one has my heart and I enjoy flying it, and that's what simulation is all about, isn't it? Do what makes you happy. Do what you enjoy. And let other people do what they enjoy. Pretty simple philosophy, really. So, yeah. I know this. I mention this because at least a couple of times a week, I'll read a thread somewhere on one of the flight simulation community things. I think they're called forums. There'll be a bit of aggro, a bit of drama. I don't have time for that. Literally, don't have time for it. Here to enjoy myself, and that's what simulation should be about. Don't let yourself get bogged down in the negativity as Georgie steers us towards our next waypoint. This is just beautiful. I do like to hand fly these bush flights, but there are times when I like to enjoy the external view, and I'm not very good at flying from outside the aeroplane. I'm only vaguely better flying inside the aeroplane, so you know, give myself a fighting chance here, at least of enjoying the flight and not hitting anything by letting Georgie do some work. But I'm guessing that somewhere down here we're going to make the right turn down towards the Flying Bee Ranch. Be an interesting little approach. There, they always are. Particularly in an aeroplane that is not suited to this type of flying. Anyway, folks, I'll see you for that segment on Approach in the Flying Bee Ranch. Alright, so about 8 miles to run to our destination. We're seeing some airports pop up. I'm sensing there's another airport just in front of our intended destination. Am I reading that correctly? Well below the top of the hills at this point, just following the Middle Fork Salmon River. Runway 16 at Flying Bee Ranch is the plan. I'm not sure what the field elevation is. I could check, but that would almost seem like the right thing to do, so we can't have that on this channel. And down through 5,000. I'm going to guess it's got a fairly decent elevation, although it is down by the river. Anyway, 6 miles to run. We're at 5,000. We're going to have to zoom in a little bit. Yeah, it's basically all just truck the river, fella. Lost side of the river, but it's right underneath us. Just duck and weave our way through the hills. This is good fun. Highly recommend it. If you need a break from your airliner flying, do something like this. But at the end of the day, do whatever makes you happy. If that's airliner flying, you do that. I enjoy a bit of that from time to time as well, but generally you'll find me low and slow. Well, low and not so slow when you're flying the Baron. She gets along. It looks like have we got a gap up here? I bloody hope so. I don't want to have to go over the saddle here. I need a gap around the corner here. Bloody hope so. 3 miles to run. We're at 4.5. Might take a stage of flap. What's the guess? The elevation is like 1,000, and I have to just drop it in. Here we go. Oh, she opens up. The vista opens up. Here we go. The river sort of trucks around here, and we'll be all right. Just get over this little bit. There's the river, sighted, and that looks like an airstrip. 12 o'clock. But is that our airstrip? No, I don't think so. I think ours is beyond that. I'm going to take gear. Get ourselves slowed right down here. We need to descend in a hurry. I might have to do a bit of slipping here. That's not our strip though, is it? Need to zoom in on the bloody display. No, it's not going to be our strip. Our strip's beyond that. I'm going to take final stage of flap. Our strip is beyond it. I don't want to get any slower than that. 1 mile to run. Where's our strip? Where's our little piece of paradise? Oh, somewhere down here. There's our strip. Righto, 80 knots. Don't try this at home, folks. Can we get it on before the end of the strip? We will. Firm. There we go. Bounce it. Come on. Hold up, baby. Hold up for me. Come on. Come on. You can do it. There we go, folks. Oh. It's bloody good fun, and that's all that matters. We're going to pull up next to the shed here. We'll ground loop him. There we go. What's that? Oh, caravan. That's probably a far more suitable aeroplane in which to do this flight. But anyway, folks, it wouldn't be half as much fun. There we go. Flying Bee Ranch. Or a grand to the Flying Bee Ranch here in the Microsoft Sim Bush Baron style. Folks, thanks for your company in another video, and until we next meet, stay safe, enjoy your simming, and bye for now.